Nothing slows down productivity like grabbing an extension cord and finding a giant twisted knot, a mess. It's frustrating, it's a waste of time, and honestly, you can avoid this from ever happening. Now, you may think that this method, or maybe this method, is a better way to wrap your extension cords, and many professionals do it this way. And although it is better than throwing them in a pile, these are not the best way to store and care for your extension cords. Today, I'm going to show you the best way to wrap and store extension cords so they never get twisted, damaged, or tangled again. And stick around to the end because I'm going to show you how to fix those older extension cords that are always seem to be twisted up when you're trying to wrap them. Plus, I'm going to show you a great method for storing them. So let's get started. For years, I was taught to wrap a cord up around your arm and around your hand like this. It was fast, it was quick, it was easy, and it did bring it up quickly. Then you take the end, wrap it around, plug the end together, and you were done. You can hang that up. It looked okay, but every time I tried to use it, it was just a twisted disaster. And I've even seen some people wrap them smaller like this. Like I let somebody borrow my extension cord, and this is how I received it back. Even with the broken end, the ground off of here. This method builds twists into the cord every single time. It ruins the internal wires over time, and it makes it a tangled nightmare to unwind. The second method that's real popular is called a giant loop in the tie method. And the way it is you take your extension cord and you make great big loops, which seems to make sense at first, trying to untwist it. And especially if you're doing on long cords, 100-foot cords, you can see how they get all twisted up. And after you do it, you take part of the loop like this and you wrap it around. Run it up through all your wire, then you take it and you hang it on a nail. The bad thing is when you're hanging this thing on a small nail, it ruins all the cords in here. Plus, undoing it, now you've got this mess of all twisted up wire. You see the point. Over time, it causes stress not only on your cord but yourself. It causes kinks, internal breaks, plus it tangles so easily when you try to pull it down. And so you take it, you pull through, you reach your hand in, hold on, you pull through, hold it, reach your hand in, and you just keep doing this. And it ends up being like a daisy chain. And when you're done, you can pull it and it unravels like this. And with the chain link method, if you've never done it before, it can be confusing. And if you try to undo it from the wrong end, it's an absolute mess. Because it looks like a ball of spaghetti. And it's not quick to wrap or unwrap. And it makes it hard to gauge how much length you need if you've got a 100-footer, a 50-footer, or a 25-footer, because they're all wrapped up in this chain. So I only like to use as much cord as needed. If I have a receptacle that's 5 or 10 feet away from me, I don't need 50 feet of extension cord to be tripping over. And as you can see, I like things neat and in order. Whether it's your workshop or your work vehicle, this method like this looks like a mess to me. That's just me. Because an organized workshop or job site is safer and more efficient. So the best method that I've found after years of construction is called the over-under method. This is my go-to method, and it's hands down the best method I've used. It's even used by professionals in the audio and video, film, and events because it works. Some people make it look like it's so difficult, but it really isn't hard at all. After a few times of doing this, it'll become second nature, and here's how you do it. You take the cord, come to the end of it, and you hold it facing away from you. Then you bring your cord, I like to bring it out to arm's length, and just make your first loop. Then I turn my hand upside down like your thumb in a ride, like they used to do years ago. I don't know if they still do that. You bring that all the way out, and as you have your hand with the palm out, you turn your thumb to where it looks like you're sticking yourself in the stomach. So you do a hitch and a ride, stick yourself in the stomach, and you hold on to that. Then you reach down with the palm outward, and I like to take my thumb and my index finger, and I kind of twist the cord a little bit. That way it keeps all the loops nice. And I bring that and put that on top. Then you put your hand underneath again, like your thumb in a ride, and you're going to twist it around like you're stabbing yourself in the stomach with your thumb, and put it down. Grab it again, the palm toward you, thumb and index finger, twist it a little bit and put it on. Then again, thumb in a ride, stab in the stomach, twist it around. Then come out, palm toward you, twist your finger a little bit and put it on there. Thumb out, in. And once you get it done like this, after you do it a few times, you're going to see how so quickly it puts together a nice loop. And also, the thing I like about it, it doesn't twist up ever. As you can see, you can throw it out, as I'm throwing it out here in the yard, and it just goes out straight without being twisted. You can set it down right next to the receptacle, plug it in, pull it out as far as you need it. Never gets twisted up or tangled. It works perfect every time. And then to keep it together, I'll use either one of these Velcro hangers, where you just put that on there. It's real gentle onto your cord, wrap it around. And then you've got a nice loop to hang it onto. And I'll show you how I hang them inside my shop. Or you can use what's called cable cuff. The other companies make some different kind. And you just take this, put it around there, kind of like plastic handcuffs, and keep that on there. You can hook that on or put the wire on something. And I usually take this and put it around my belt loop or in my tool pouch so I don't lose it. So doing the over-under method, the cord just naturally untwists itself when you need to use it. There's no tangles, no internal stress. You can wrap small or large loops depending on what fits your storage. I like to wrap the 10-foot cords smaller than the 25-foot cords, and the 25-foot cords smaller than the 50-foot cords. So I can quickly identify what size cord it is by the size of the wrap. Or you can put different color wraps for each different sizes. It's up to you. And this can be used for air hoses also. It works perfect every time. And it takes only a few times of doing it to learn, and makes your life so much easier. Now here's another game changer I've learned. I've stopped using 100-foot cords. Yeah, I know they seem convenient, but they're heavy, they're bulky, and awkward. My 100-foot cords were all 12 gauge, so by the time you get those all wrapped up, they're super heavy, and also they're more prone to damage, dragging them across job sites. So here's what I did. I took all my 100-foot cords and I cut them into two 50-footers. And I keep these replacement ends on hand, so anytime I need to cut a cord smaller or replace an end, I use these. They're inexpensive. I'll put a link to them in the description. Also, I like them because they light up when the power's on. That way I know I've got power going to my cord. And they're not difficult to install either. It takes about 5 minutes to put one on. So now I just use what I need. And if I need 100 feet, I just plug two 50-foot cords together. That gives me a faster wrap up, it's easier transport, and it's much better organization. Now some people like to keep their cords in a pile stored. I like to keep them hung up and in order. So this is how I store my cords. I store them in two different ways. I use a Velcro wrap on them with a grommet hole, and these are perfect for hanging cords by size. One hook for 10-foot cords, another for the 25s, another for 50s. You can also use these cable cuffs or a cord hanger, either one. You can take a wire and wrap it around there, just a piece of junk 12-2 wire. So I like it because they hang vertically and everything stays visible, neat, and ready to go. I prefer hanging my cords. I just took a 2x4. You can take a 2x6 if you have it. I just drilled a 1/2-inch hole in them, spaced them evenly apart. Then I put a 1/2-inch dowel rod with some glue, and you're all done. And I've got a video, I'll put a link to it up here, on the proper way to strip stranded wire. You're going to really enjoy it, and I think it'll help you do these a lot better, or any type of stranded wire you have to use. So here's a bonus tip. If you've got an older cord, and every time you try to wrap it up, it starts to spin and twist on you, the reason you're having that is because the wires inside have got spun around, and I'll show you how to fix that. And when you wrap it the correct way, the over-under like I showed you, you won't get this problem as much. So let me show you how to do this and fix this once and for all. So what we need to do, we need to find a place where we can stretch out our extension cord all the way, and some place that we can wrap it around to hold it solid. So right here, it can be a tree like this, and we just want to tie it real gently with a knot. Just snug enough so you don't pull it. And then we're going to stretch out our cord all the way. So take your cord and just stretch it out. And you can see the loops and things in it. And what you need to do is just start untwisting it until it starts to lay flat. Just keep doing that. And you're going to give it a slight pull on it, but not too hard to where it ruins the wires inside. And after you're done with that, we're going to go all the way down to the end here, grab a hold of it, and get all the kinks out of it. Just hold it real tight like this with a good grip and just keep pulling with your hand. And you'll see it'll start to spin. And you do that, you may have to do it a couple times until it lays flat. So you pull it, and you can actually pull on the cord and feel it twisting in your hand. And what you're doing, you're straightening out the wires on the inside, but like I said, you don't want to over pull it. And after you pull it and it stops twisting on you, and go and untie it. So after we untie it, then we'll go ahead and do the over-under. Point your hand cord away from you, do the thumb like your thumb ride, and spin it. And grab it, palm toward you, and sometimes you have to twist the wire a little bit, spin like this. Hand upside down, spin. And the way I like to do it is go all the way out with my arm. Stretch the cord, go, spin. More forward, your arm will go, spin with your finger and your thumb. Point your thumb out, spin, bring it out. And after you start doing this for a few times, you're going to see how fast it is. That way, when you take it and you drop it, and you pull it, it'll unravel the whole thing without being tangled. Well, if this has helped you out, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button if you haven't already. And check the description for the links to the Velcro wraps, the cable cuffs, and the exact cords that I use. And check out my other videos for some more real-world DIY tips that'll save you time, money, and frustration. And also, let me know in the comments, what's your go-to method for wrapping cords? Have you tried the over and under method, or do you like or prefer another type of method? Help us out. Leave a comment. It helps everybody who reads them. Thanks for watching. You take care, and God bless.